Let's hear it from Carrie. Carrie Bramley. She's so passionate about Toxin-Free because that's where she started. And also the Slimdown program has made a big difference for Carrie. And so it all started a long time ago, and we'll hear it from Carrie.
All right. I'm very grateful for the opportunity to tell my story. So we'll just get into it because it's actually quite a long story. Anyway, I call it my health and wellness journey. And when people ask me why I'm so passionate about toxic-free living, gut health, and the Slim Down program, I realize the story actually began many years ago when our daughter Kendall was 5 years old. Life at that stage was incredibly hard. My husband was suffering from clinical depression. I was working full time as a physio, trying to hold everything together financially, emotionally, practically, as well as raising our three children. Evenings in our house became what I called suicide hour. The kids were tired, I was exhausted, and after dinner came the part in the evening that I dreaded most, and that was brushing Kendall's hair. She had this very beautiful, thick, curly ginger hair, which she still has, absolutely gorgeous. But every night became a screaming match because she would cry that her head was sore. At first, I thought she was just tender headed, but deep down, it didn't sit with me, that this was happening because it didn't happen with Claudia, and Claudia had the same sort of hair. When Kendall was about 8 months old, she had thrown herself backwards out of a backpack and landed on concrete pathway in Kerikeri. I still remember carrying her all the way to the doctor on duty that day. They checked her over and reassured me that she was fine, apart from having a headache maybe for a few days. But I kept taking her back because I remember saying, could there be little bits of concrete still in her scalp? The doctors kept saying to me, no, no concrete. But something inside me kept questioning it because many, many years earlier, I had treated a woman after a car accident who had suffered terrific headaches. And one day during the time I was treating her, she asked me to massage a painful spot on her scalp. And the moment I touched it, she curled up into a little ball at the end of the plinth and stayed there, like in a trance, for about 20 minutes. When she finally lay back down, she said, there's glass in that spot in my head. Please mark it so I can get it removed. That's exactly what happens. The glass was removed and her headaches disappeared. So I suppose that experience stayed with me. Then one day I met Trudy, Neil's Trudy, who was both a hairdresser and a distributor with New Ways. And I explained Kendall's scalp pain to her, and she kindly offered to have a look. So I explained to the kids that we were going off and we were going to Trudy's house. She was really good. She examined Kendall's scalp carefully, and then something that changed everything. And suddenly it all made sense. No wonder Kendall screamed whenever I brushed her hair. Right there and then, I made a decision that would eventually change the direction of our entire family's health journey. I bought the New Way shampoo and conditioner because they didn't contain sodium lauryl sulfate. Kendall had a huge inflamed patch of eczema on her scalp. Then I went home, we started turning over every bottle. Get your people to turn over every bottle. The shower, the bathroom, the kitchen, the laundry. And I realized we were surrounded by products containing harsh chemicals and sodium lauryl sulfate. Sometimes they're called sodium lauryl sulfate. So gradually, one by one, I started replacing them. And within about 10 days, her screaming stopped. Just stopped. For me as a mother, that was a huge moment. And it was the first time I truly understood that what we put on our bodies matters just as much as what we put into them. Over time, I learned more about the history and how it originally, how the shampoo and stuff originally came from New Ways, founded by Tom Mower Sr., who recognized very early on how damaging many toxic chemicals can be to the human body. That message deeply resonated with me, both as a mother and a healthcare professional. So when Modere suddenly closed its doors, following the Moa family across to Sisel felt a very natural decision for me, because I trusted the values behind the company and their commitment to the Sisel Safe standards. But my health journey didn't stop there. Years later, after COVID, I developed terrible brain fog. I struggled with concentration. My energy crashed. I felt inflamed, exhausted, and unlike myself. And honestly, it frightened me. As a physiotherapist and Pilates teacher, my brain is such a huge part of what I do. That was when I began learning more deeply about gut health, inflammation, and the gut-brain connection through the Slimdown program. What fascinated me was understanding that inflammation in the gut can influence and affect inflammation in the brain. I began changing not only what I was eating, but also supporting my gut with the right products and learning better habits around food, inflammation, recovery. And that journey is still ongoing. Slowly, the fog began lifting. My energy improved, my thinking became clearer, and I began feeling like myself again. And what I realize now is this: health is layered. Sometimes it starts with a child screaming because their scalp hurts. Sometimes it starts with brain fog. Sometimes it starts with exhaustion, weight gain, inflammation, or simply not feeling right. But often our bodies are trying to tell us something. And that's why I'm so passionate about education. Not fear, not perfection, education. Helping people understand that small changes can create massive ripple effects over time. Because when one person's health improves, the pressure often comes off the whole family. And that's really my mission now: to help women reduce inflammation, improve gut health, build strength and energy again, create healthier homes and healthier lives, one person, one family at a time. Thanks for your time, everyone.
Oh, bravo. Thank you so much, Carrie. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What a story. It's incredible to hear that it started all that long ago and what brought you in with Trudy, of course. It's been incredible. And so, how amazing that all of us, we can really make a difference into people's life. Here's the proof. It was Trudy that actually talked to Carrie and offer a solution. And people out there, people are looking for solutions, and we have the answer. And we can really make a difference, like Trudy made a difference for Carrie and the whole family. Incredible. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing, Carrie. It's been really, really lovely to hear the whole story. It's so interesting to know what's been happening for all those years. How old is Kendall now?
Kendall is 21.
That's a long time ago, 15 years ago. Well,
And the other thing is, we're actually teaching our kids without teaching the kids. We've got to teach by doing. So when we do, the kids can see. Kendall and Claudia have accounts with Sisel, and they have learned to use the products. And with the Slimdown program, I've changed pretty much everything about how we eat at home. I can't control what people do away from home, but I cook from scratch. I grow a lot of our own vegetables, and they see that. And I can see, Kendall's in her little house now, and she's doing exactly the same thing. I think I think that's probably the biggest legacy we can leave is that. And the thing is, not everyone's going to be open to it, but when something starts going wrong, that's when people might remember and contact you. It's just a matter of just keeping going with your journey and stay right for your journey, and people will come in with that,
Yeah,
because everyone's got their ups and downs in life, and there are times in life that you actually can't deal with that sort of stuff. Well, that's fine, but people will know that you're there in the background, and they can contact you when they need. So just keep sharing.
absolutely. Thank